Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for the next installment of our Turn of Fortune's Wheel campaign. This is episode 11, and we are currently in the middle of the Faunel chapter. And we'll give a little recap of where we're at, but just a little bit about us before we get started. We're 20 Sides to Every Story. We're a gaming group that streams many of our games here on Twitch, and later you can find most of these up on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, we'd invite you to join our Discord community where you can come hang out with us in between our games and potentially find games for yourself to play in. We have a very active group with a lot of different DMs, GMs, running all sorts of different types of systems. And so we'd love to have you there. Just click the link in the chat if you'd like to come and join that. We got a couple of things happening here on the channel this week. Tonight, of course, we're playing this. Friday night, Isaac is going to be running our next chapter of Forbidden Lands. And that's been... Do you have any kind of preview of what we're going to see this week on Forbidden Lands?
Well, right now the party seems to be been in the wilderness trying to trek their way towards what they hope is a halfling village that will supply them with allies and riches.
It's definitely what my character hopes for, but I have a feeling there's something not going to be right, but that's fine.
It's always happy ending.
It's always happy, yeah.
Halflings are happy folk. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, halflings are very nice.
So that's happening 8 p.m. on Friday night, and then Saturday night at 8 p.m. we've got another game going. We're going to be playing Castle Zintalin. That is a campaign that is open to all. I think I've got 6 people signed up right now, which is fine, but it's an old school Essentials game, so it plays by the old D&D type rule set, which is a little bit more accommodating for larger groups, so I could take a few more. If you want to come and check that out, just hit that Discord link and pop into the Discord server. There's a sign up there. You could sign up to play with us on Saturday night if you wanted to. Hey, Bohica, good to see you. I've been dropping in on some of your streams, so I don't really know anything about Fortnite or anything, but I sit around and I watch you a little bit, and it's very fun. So welcome in. Good to see you. All right. So where we are starting out, basically the context or the backstory that you need to know is that this group just has a lot. It's just like bad thing after bad thing. So Cerebella and Baz are walking around with slod eggs that are incubating in their chests currently. This is something that they did get a bit of information about and sought some help from some of the actually the leader, the ruler of Excelsior, had told them that they could probably help them with removing that, but their state was, they were so far in that the holy magic that would try to eradicate such a chaotic being that had attached itself to them could have some unintended consequences. And so they elected not to do that, but there was an alternative that they could go and find a red flower that is native to the Beastlands called the Savage Seal, a sort of rare plant with some medicinal properties that could be used to derive a medicine that could help them with that affliction. And so they had need of going to this place, Faunel, which is it's not really a gate town anymore. There once had been like a true gate town called Faunel, but it's more of a disparate, the forest around this area sort of serves as the gate community now. And the characters headed in the direction of this great forest, this great wilderness area. On their way, they ran afoul of some pretty strange, wicked, fiendish creatures. Each one was a winged head And each of these heads was the face of a previous incarnation of our glitched player characters. Some of them were more represented than others because they've died a few times and they had a few different faces going. But an unfortunate consequence of that encounter was that Baz was hit with a abyssal curse that is starting to wear at their being, and they're starting to feel Baz, he's feeling a little bit hopeless now, and the party has probably taken notice of this change in outlook. And but it hasn't been that long. It's only been a few hours since that encounter. They have made quick work. They went into the woods. They found a little encampment where they very quickly befriended a sentient talking sloth that quickly became their guide, and seemed very helpful and answered a lot of questions. And they inquired about maybe getting some assistance. They asked about healing. He doesn't know anything about that necessarily, but suggested that the best people to ask would be maybe some of the leaders of the 3 packs. And so we've gotten a little bit of information about that this community around the gate to the Beastlands is the dominion of 3 different packs. One dedicated to the herbivores, one to the carnivores, and one to the airborne winged creatures. I think you got a little bit from Issac the sloth that there had maybe been some tensions between the packs, and that they're not all living in harmony or together right now. They're all kind of in their own little camps scattered about. So he was going to take you to the leader of the herbivores. I don't know if that was plainly stated, but that's where he was taking you to talk with the elephant Ophelia. So en route to that location to go talk with the herbivores, you came across a group of gnolls that looked like they were just relishing in kind of ripping apart the carcass of this horned goatish creature, an ibex, sort of a, I don't know if they're like African prairie animals. I'm not really sure like where in the real world ibexes are native, but that type of thing. And it was not like they were necessarily feasting on this creature. Like they were being being disrespectful of the body, like, and really, relishing in the kill. And this obviously had a little bit of an effect on Issac, who I think gave you just the tiniest bit of information that gnolls had been a problem in the past few weeks or so. The group dealt with the gnolls. You managed to kill all of them. There was one that was running away, and I think Baldwin managed to get the final kill so that a report didn't leave this area to whatever greater force is out there. And that was pretty much where we left things off. Issac the sloth was moving kind of somberly towards this body. And it is very obvious to you that there is some recognition as he's moving forward. And so I think as we're beginning, you can see that the body is laying there in the clearing. The sloth has moved over and is looking down, and very slowly and tenderly kind of like scoops up the head and like brings it into his shoulder, and he's weeping. And he's saying a name. He says, Oka. Oka.
I think Clack might not say anything, but he'll kind of go over and just like sit with them. Like it's just kind of like to be there with them.
As you come over, it's quiet for a little bit. He's just, you can hear him taking in short, shallow breaths, and he at some point kind of looks over at you, notices you're there, as you're providing some comfort, and he says, "Oka belongs to Ophelia's pack."
Oh. Has Ophelia's pack ran into problems with gnolls as well? Or is it everyone that's experienced this?
I think the gnolls are a threat to everyone.
Baz would wander over, but not go right up to this. He would stay like about 10, like within earshot, but like without 10 feet back, and he'd sort of be like sort of pacing in an arc back and forth. And he's looking at this like creature and taking in what's been done to it, and he's just really agitated by the whole situation and sort of unable to like feel like he can do anything about this.
The gnolls, they follow a hunt master named Mick Mangehide. He follows a demon lord, Yinagahu. Every day more come. They grow.
How long have they been coming here for?
Few weeks.
Oh, so this is recent.
They've killed some animals, not like me, not like Ophelia, non-awakened animals. But this is new. We've found bodies ripped apart, ritual maybe, to Yin Nagahu. We have to tell Ophelia. She needs to know. Oka was an advisor to Ophelia. And good storyteller.
Is there any sort of burial practice or farewell that she might have wanted? And he would point to Oka.
He just kind of nods and he says, "We'll bring her."
Okay.
So Baz understands that he would want to help try to see if he can help lift this animal's corpse.
Yeah, I'll help as well.
Me as well.
Yeah, let's get to your later. Before any more killing happens.
Only few more miles.
I just was wondering, have you seen, you said Demon Lord, have you seen maybe pieces of the hells break through in this area?
Hmm.
Because I feel like we have.
Oh, actually, yeah. Like when the heads attacked.
Yeah, yeah. It was very hellish. And you're saying there's this demon lord, so maybe that's how the gnolls. I don't know.
Some parts of forest are dying.
Hmm.
That's probably where we could find the evil that plagues you, probably.
I know first things first, we'll take care of your friend. Just trying to put one and one together, two and two together, whatever the expression is. Trying to get some connection here.
I think gnolls are many now. The problem is that the tribe's not talking right now.
Right.
Right. You have
What
to
is-
get them talking.
What
You
is
have to find
causing
a
that?
healer, right? So I think maybe we all get going. Let's all get going. Point the direction. We got to keep on moving.
And he'll kind of grab hold of you, climb back up onto your back, and he'll point sort of off to the east. And so, is there anything else that you need to do here before you set out on foot?
I guess while the
Mm.
conversation is going on, I'll like pick through the gnolls' wares, see if they have left anything of important behind.
Other than their gear, one of them you find has a beaded necklace that was in like a side pack that he was carrying. Is a necklace with an eye-shaped topaz, and as you maybe pull that out and like kind of examine it, Razekel says was Oka's. You can carry it for now.
If it's all right with Sir. And I will stow it away.
So you begin to head out. You're led to believe that there isn't much. Maybe it, Razak estimates that maybe 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes more of a hike through the woods to get to your destination. And as you are traveling, Baz kind of hangs back from the rest of the group. She gives a look to Zilloff, a knowing look of a silent ask to have a bit of a conversation. And I will say, I think at this point, I'll get out of the way. This could be a little bit of an emotionally charged conversation that's about to happen. And I would just say all of us as players and such, we talked about this before the game started, so like we're all good with it. But if you have any sensitivity to the topic might broach topic kind of like related to assisted suicide. So if that's an uncomfortable thing for you, take care of yourself. But now I'll get out of the way and I'll let you have your interaction.
Zilloff.
I think I'm gonna. I'll hand off the sloth to someone. No. Hey, Vass. How you doing?
What even is this place? I mean, like, look at this. Look at that beautiful creature. I mean, look what they did to it. Like, I don't even know what are we doing here? What am I supposed to be doing here?
We're trying to get you better. I like trying to help.
We're wandering around. Time's passing. Things are getting worse. I mean, it's like every hour things are getting worse, and this is all going to end with this thing bursting out of my body, killing me and possibly killing all of you. And I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, this is like a perpetual state of suffering or something like that. I mean, I used to be vibrant. I mean, obviously attractive. But now this is like I don't know, a cruel twist of fate or something like that. Turn into this horrifying creature and racked with pain and then be torn apart. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you because I think you understand.
Yeah, I think I'm understanding what you're saying to me.
I'm looking for a release from this torment. I mean, like, you have to protect the party. You have to.
I understand. Believe me, I understand.
Can you end this for me?
Gonna look back at the rest of the group as they're kind of moving up a bit. It's a gift. You might be okay. You might be okay.
Yeah, but what is might? I mean, balance that against the possibilities of the evilness that is coming from what's happened, and who even knows what's around the next corner at this point. I mean, I don't know how much farther I can go with this body. I mean, look at you. You guys. I mean, I don't know what's happening. This whole thing. I've seen you look 3 different ways since I met you.
Yes, and all I could do is maybe prepare you. I would, if you. I mean, you will come back, right? He's gonna kind of look around, and maybe he'll see Baldwin kind of eyeing back, and he might kind of look at Baldwin and almost knowingly kind of ask, kind of with his eyes, kind of ask you to kind of hold back as well for a second.
I'll start slowing my gait as I approach.
And I'll continue. You're gonna understand. You're gonna lose a bit of yourself, but you'll gain something else. I don't know. He's gonna look to Baldwin. I think Baz is asking that we end it here.
All I have is this glimmer of hope that there's a chance that I could start fresh again. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why, what happened with you two. I've never seen this before. I can't explain it. I don't think you can explain it. But I don't know. This place is crazy. I just promise me that you will do what needs to be done if you see anything happening.
If the time comes, you can count on us to do such a task. But we're not too far away from the village itself. At least that gives you a glimmer of hope in that sense. We've already walked this far for the chance, and to give up now is almost a waste.
We are almost there.
I will need to lean on you for this, and I'm putting my trust in you. again that you will do what needs to be done if you see that something is happening.
You have our word. We will.
Okay, I think that I'm good with that. And I'll just turn and walk back towards the rest of the group and like leave them if they need to talk.
I've never seen anything like this before. I don't know.
It might have something to do with the earlier encounter. I don't know for sure. There's nothing I can do in my circumstance to help with it.
We will see if there is a healer there. And if we have no such luck, then we will do what we have to do. Agreed?
All right.
All right. Mm-hmm.
With that, the group, like, not too much further, and the forest pretty much like breaks and gives way to more, probably a little bit more like the terrain was when you came into Faunel. It's just like kind of like rolling hills and kind of prairie feel. Very tall grass, very spacious. There's a winding river that cuts through the terrain ahead of you. Here and there are some tall fruiting trees, where you see giraffes and some long-necked brachiosauruses feasting or eating from the wildlife. There are bison and gazelle are kind of roaming and traipsing across the land. And this just goes on for an incredible expanse. And there's, you know, what feels like sunlight kind of filtering down on the scene. In the distance, you can see that there is a sort of rock formation that encircles a big, broad crater. And Razak says, he points in the direction of the crater. He says, there we will find Ophelia. We need to go there at once.
Yeah, Zilloff double times kind of gets everyone going. Kind of hurries everyone along.
So you cut across the land. You can see that you're getting looks from the various... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see this. Zombie Joe, thank you for the subscription. Not sure if they're still there. Appreciate that. You cut across the land, and you're getting looks from the various animals that are hanging about. But you get the sense they see Razak, and they know immediately that you are friendly, or you're allies. If Razak is entrusting in you, then you must be okay, that kind of a thing. And you are not approached by any of these, any of the wildlife here. You make your way over to the crater, to the point where you can look down over the lip and see that it is just like a bowl in the earth. There's a little bit of a switchback kind of naturally forming ramp that leads down to the base of the crater. And there you can see there's an elephant that is it almost like kind of looks like the setup to like a forum or something like that. There's sort of various little trenches kind of dug in, like horizontal lines, and then there's like a mound of earth that kind of rises up almost like a stage. And upon that stage is where you see the elephant, which you're led to believe is Ophelia. She has sort of like some naturalistic ornamentation, strung around her neck, of flowers and such. It kind of gives her a little bit of a regal air. And she is currently talking to an eagle that is perched on a piece of rock near her as you're coming down. As you approach, the elephant turns its gaze towards you all and calls out, Issac, it is so good to see you here. We have much to discuss. And Issac replies, we have news as well. Sad news. And then I don't know exactly who is carrying Oka, but Ophelia sees that and she says, Oka, when did this happen? Who are these people? Who are you?
We didn't do it. There were gnolls, right? That's what those things are called. There were gnolls attacking, and we tried to stop them, but I think we were too late before we even got there. But gnolls, I would say.
The vile hunt is growing too powerful. Issac,
Yeah.
they have even recruited. Ebon is joined with him.
Was that Ebenclaw? Evenclaw?
Ebon.
Ebenclaw.
Even our supposed friends are joining with the vile hunt. We have to move quickly. The eagle is kind of like, perking up a little bit, looking over at Issac, and the eagle says, we found where they are camped out. It is a sizable number. They move quickly and frequently. I don't think that we could defeat them with our current numbers. And Ophelia kind of calls back to that and says, we have to do it. We have to defend ourselves. We have to be proactive. We can't keep allowing this to happen. Allowing my most trusted advisor is dead. We're going to attack tonight.
Yes. We are in need of a healer. Do you have such here?
Healer?
Yes.
We have no such power here. I am assuming that
How
the
about a
type
red
of
flower, like
red
a special
flower.
red flower. The savage seal? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, it had like
Yeah.
a star 5-point petal.
We were told that there might be some in this area, has some healing powers. Some of us are quite desperate to get our hands on some of that.
Certainly.
And-
I mean, it is known to be here in this area. I am afraid that I cannot help you with this task at this time. But certainly if you go out looking for it, you will find it. I would provide you with a guide if I could, but I cannot spare anyone just now.
It's understandable. Now, we were led to believe there's three tribes? Are
Two.
they all represented here? Or
No.
okay.
We have been betrayed by Ebenclaw.
Oh, that's an entire tribe. That's not just one person. Oh
Well.
my goodness.
He speaks for his tribe. And I don't see any of them defecting. No, they have turned. They have joined the Vile Hunt.
Why would they do that?
Who knows? The corrupting influence of Yi Nagahu is something that I cannot understand. But earlier this morning, they attacked a pack under my protection, slaughtered them. It wasn't until I intervened and I gave him a walloping that he turned away. He left in defeat. But I am sure he has returned back to his abyssal masters now. Anybody can make an insight check right here. And it looks like it will be Clack and Zilloff both would be tuning into the eagle behind the elephant. Seems to be shaking its head in disapproval. And there's a kind of twitch that gives you the sense that it's uncomfortable with what Ophelia is saying and does not agree with what she is saying.
Is there possibly any other way to seek an end to the conflict? Clack will ask without trying to, like, he sees the disapproval, so maybe if will Ophelia mention anything else?
She says, there is no other way out of this conflict. We have to root this corruption out of our woods.
Mm.
We let it fester, and now it has grown out of control. And now it seeks our extinction.
My only worry is by you killing another leader, those that are unsure or confused would also, well, they would have a reason to hunt you all.
I'm sorry, maybe I didn't catch. Was there?
I don't know. It sounds like he's just trying to say maybe wait a moment. I don't know. It seems like they have really. This is like they're doing this and he's noticing it, but he's really worried about Baz right now. So he's saying things that might, maybe some insight as far as like turning everyone against you. It's only going to be worse, but he wouldn't have any more insight than that.
She says, I am not concerned about what the gnolls think of me. They must die. And we have their location. We have to strike. They will move tomorrow.
Who is Ebenclaw? What faction? This is Baz saying. Who? What faction is this one the leader of?
He speaks for the carnivores.
And there was a third. The ones who fly.
She'll nod towards the eagle.
Mhm.
And he'd speak up and say, I'm Parvaz is the name. Pleasure to meet you.
The eagle speaking and basically holding this position of power would be like impressive to Baz because of his fascination with the birds. He would say something like, probably kind of mumbling, but say, before you all wander off to your deaths, you might want to try to talk things out a little bit.
There's no time for that. Good luck finding your flower. Good luck finding your healer. If it's, I don't know what kind of healing you're looking for, but you may seek out the guardian of the gate. He may be able to help you. And then she just kind of like turns her back to you and enters into discourse with the eagle.
Guardian of the Gate. Is that where we're headed?
Yeah, I mean, we're here for the flower. So finding this guardian of the gates seems like the next logical step for that.
So we're just going to let these animals, just these awakened creatures that are magnificent, we're just going to let them wander off and get slaughtered by a bunch of gnolls.
I think we tried to come up with some different ideas, and they weren't exactly open to doing anything other than taking the fight to the gnolls. So I don't know as if we could stop them.
Who is Razek with?
Is he with Zilloff still?
I'll say he's just
he got
taking it
passed.
now.
He got passed off at
Yeah,
some
passed
point.
to someone, so
Oh, he's not
I
with
think
me.
I could have taken him when you passed him off before, because
Sure.
but if you wanted him back afterwards,
no, please take him.
because I was one of the people that wasn't carrying
Yeah.
Oka, so
So he's on your back, and he says, "Cerebella, please. Ophelia is blinded by old tensions. I don't think Ebenclaw joined the gnolls. We have to find him.
you think she's lying about that?
I think she sees what she wants to see. It fits her narrative
Yeah,
to reject him.
I've known people like that. So we have to find out what is Ebenclaw? A bear?
Tiger.
Oh, of course. Of course. This isn't Kansas anymore. Oh, goodness. Lions, tigers, bears. Oh, my.
So, and he's going to kind of look back at Baz. If we go there, they do not have a healer.
And Baz is going to be looking at the especially the eagle and looking at the other animals and saying, like, we can't let them do this. This would just be like us falling into the craziness of this place where nothing of beauty can survive. We have to help.
As much as I hate to admit it, we have a slight advantage over the creatures that, when they die, stay dead. Maybe there's a reason we've been given this ability. But we're going to keep an eye out for flowers along the way.
I think that's a good idea. I think I agree with Baz. Yeah, I just agree. I agree.
Okay, let's move a bit. Can I just take a look at Baz, see maybe if I'm seeing it progressing? I'm not like asking for a mechanical like percentage of how much time or like number of how much time we have left, but is there a way that I could tell like it's progressing worse and worse?
Yes, it is. And probably make a Arcana check, let's say.
Okay. There we go. Sorry. I say sorry in advance because it's not going to be a good one.
That's a
Actually, wasn't
15.
Oh,
bad.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
Your sense is whatever bad thing is going to be the conclusion of this, it's probably going to happen before nightfall. You've been around a lot of curses, and this one just seems like what you're seeing is
It's going to be
rapid and
okay. I'm going to
and you're assessing
But-
all of this
yeah.
while Razak is telling you that
need to go.
Ebon Claw is some 5 miles away.
All right. I would look at Baz and say, you do not look good. And we are not going to get to a healer in time.
I know. I've known. I've had that feeling. Well, like I said, you promised that you would do what needs to be done. So let's find a way to do that, I suppose.
All right.
Black would offer a hug before that happens, if Baz would like to.
I think I would let everyone know. I'm going to let everyone know that we need. This is going to happen.
And then, just in case.
I would take the hug from Clack, but not feel comfortable touching you at this time.
Yeah.
It would just kind of like
You can see that and give you a space.
I'd find a pretty spot somewhere. And I think I would, if anyone has anything else, I'd let, we'd let them say it. But I think I would just say, I'll see you very soon.
I hope so.
Oh, I hope you come back with wings. I really hope you come back with wings. That would be just so great for you.
Cerebella, thanks for letting me fly.
I'll let you fly again. You find us. You find us when you come back.
I will. I don't have much of a
You
choice.
remember the words.
I do.
Don't forget the words.
I do.
I'm sure we'll know it's you. I'll smile.
Anything you want us to hold on to, to give to the new you?
Actually, let me see. I think I do have something. No, this isn't me anyway.
Yeah.
This just looks like me, and I'll try to shape back, like use my change ability to like pull it back together for a minute, but it's gonna kind of fall apart again. So
All right. I think maybe fade to black, but
yeah,
Zilloff will
definitely.
take care of it.
Okay.
Okay. So that happens. Then what?
Well, we have to. We didn't ask about any, rituals or memorials, but this is just like a step in the process. This is like the shedding of a cocoon or something. This really isn't the end, but we probably should bury the cocoon. right? That's respectful.
I think so.
Yeah.
Zilloff will be quiet, but they'll help bury Baz.
It'd be nice if we had like a way of sending him off into the sky. I don't know if I
Mhm.
can do that, but that like, like flying off would seem like a fitting memorial.
There are dandelions around.
I mean, depending on like how soon this like would happen, you got the big field and everything.
Yeah.
To get to Ebenclaw would be venturing back into the woods, but there's definitely like flowers and wildflowers and things like that.
I might just grab some dandelions and give them to everyone then.
There you go.
and,
That's a good idea. I like that.
and everyone would maybe say something and then just blow, set it down in the dirt.
Sounds good. So then after that, continuing with Razek.
Yeah, let's make
Mhm.
this count. And we'll keep an eye open for our banana nut muffin friend.
Mm-hmm.
He'll find us.
Sounds good. So you continue, probably another hour and a half of travel through the lush greens of the forest, and you start to make your way. Like the terrain kind of starts to rise at an incline. The dirt is becoming less soil and more rocky, and eventually you're coming out of the woods yet again and into an arid land of stark rock formations and rugged cliffs that stretch out ahead. Amid the dust, brush, and murky streams are groups of wolves, hyenas, a couple of crocodiles poke their heads up out of the murky water to gaze upon you. And you can see a fang-shaped peak that rises at the center of this wilderness, its surface etched with paths and caves. And Razak would point. There we'll find Ebenclaw.
And you're fairly certain he's not gonna just like attack us because we're down a person and I've got like 1 hit point. So, I'm not feeling pretty like if we get attacked, I'm not gonna be in there for very long.
Depends how hungry he is. But I have good relationships with all the leaders.
All right. And you're so charismatic. I think this will be great.
Thank you. Let's go. So you move forward. And again, kind of similar reaction. All of the animals here take notice, but there's a knowing look between Razek and them. None of them seem to bother you as you move your way up and you enter into that cavern. And inside, you will see a saber-toothed tiger that is pacing about. And as you enter, he looks up and he starts to snarl. And he says, "Welcome, visitors. I am Ebenclaw. I see you are friends with Razek. In which case, you are most welcome here."
Thank you.
I was like, you were lying. Everyone appears to like it a lot.
I rub people the wrong way sometimes. But come, you come here on important matters if Issac is with you. He is an astute diplomat.
Yes.
Indeed, very important business. What do you know of I say the proper name of the group, the Vile Hunt?
I know that I wish to tear their flesh from their bones. They are a blight on our land, and they do not follow our rules. They hunt, not to eat, not to feed, but to glorify their vile demon lord.
You know, go.
They're no good.
Oh, see, then that is just a big misunderstanding, huh? That somebody might have gotten the impression that you had joined forces with them and weren't interested in teaming up against them. Just a big misunderstanding.
And he winces, and he like turns and he's pacing again, and now he shows us the other side of his body, and you can see where clearly tusk wounds have pierced the side of his body. And he says, "Yes, it was a horrible misunderstanding. Me and my boys were out hunting. We did not know that the reindeer that we sought were under Ophelia's protection. They had wandered out of the lands that have been designated for her and her flock. We did not know. Ophelia has every right to be angry with us. I would apologize, but she attacked, as you can see."
Yeah. Well, maybe some flowers. I hear there's some really nice red ones around here that might, go a long way in mending some bridges.
Flowers. I don't know if I could identify one from the other.
Just a thought.
Well, is she does seem a bit set in her anger. Is there any way to kind of placate her, or to show you're sorry versus saying you're sorry? Like, what?
Well, I have half a mind. If I made any overture at all, I might be rewarded with one of these again.
Oh, not if you got Issac here vouching for you. Come on. Let's, we can mediator. This is a great opportunity.
I could give it my best try.
Is there something that like acts as a show of peace here, or like a gift, or like a saying, or something that kind of shows you're totally serious? No ill will kind of thing. Like, is there something that's like kind of ironclad in that sense?
Yes, I always love it when I get gifts of fresh yak meat.
But you got to put yourself in her shoes and think
Mhm.
what Ophelia wants.
Hmm.
What's going to make her feel valued and respected.
Tiger meat? It's sort of a little macabre, but
She doesn't eat meat, right? Like, so giving her meat probably is thinking more like you again.
oh, right. Like
Yeah.
what she wants, yes.
Well, maybe
I think
we
she-
noticed. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just think she probably wants to gore me again.
Has this ever happened before?
Well, there's always been a bit of territoriality between us, but not like this. This was a big oops on my part.
Yeah. Bad timing too, huh? I think you all need to get on united front, or you'll all be wiped out, huh?
Mhm.
Certainly. Would you be able to maybe make that overture? I don't think any of my pack can come near her camp without facing off against her wrath.
Would
Yes.
you say we'd be able to offer your services? And I feel like she'd really value that in the attack that she has planned for the Knolls. Would we be able to kind of say, hey, you're up for that? Helping out?
Of
Maybe more
course.
the number.
Of course, my hatred for the vile hunt goes deep, and I would be glad to join forces with them, especially if it might mend these fences that I have carelessly overrun.
And is there something that we can give her to prove that, like, we have spoken to you and that we're not just saying these things? Like something that is definitely yours. I mean, we do have our friend here, and I'm sure that helps. But I guess maybe anything that'll help sway her mind.
You said yak meat is off the table.
Probably meat off the table.
No?
Okay, we'll stick with what we got. I just figured I'd double check.
It's a
You
good
never know.
thought. Yes, I wish I had more than that.
Meat. Yeah.
We live a simple life here in the
That's
Fine.
right. Okay. Well then. Do we head back already?
Maybe a tuft of your hair or something, huh?
Oh. A tuft of my hair?
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Give it a tug.
All right.
Just let loose. Ow! Ow! All right. Is that enough or do you need some more?
We will come close. Yeah, get everyone ready. Also, come across someone that looks like us. They are a friend. Please let them know where we have gone.
Of course. I will send you with a number of dire wolves to join Ophelia's forces. I'll keep an eye out for your friend and keep them safe if they should turn up.
All right, I think we got it. Check, check, check. We probably should just head back really quickly because things to do, you know. Pregnancies to avoid. Come on, let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
So Ebenclaw arranges for 5 dire wolves to go with you and head back to the camp where Ophelia is at. you want to decide. You were looking for the flower also during this time, so I would, if you want to figure out who among you has the best survival check. Someone can make a survival check to see if you happen to spot it.
Definitely not me.
Yeah. I have a -1, so
Yeah.
flower finding ain't my speciality.
Or a nature check. If someone had nature, I'd allow that
I
too.
have a 4 for survival. How's our ranger?
You think a ranger would be good at survival, but they're more of a pirate than a ranger. But they do have nature. They do have nature.
Is it more than -1?
I'd let you roll this one.
Oh boy, looking
I'm a
for
coward.
flowers. You know, this is actually one reminds me of a poem I wrote once.
Oh, really? About flowers?
Well, the poem was titled "Petals Must Fall." Oh,
Oh no.
I'm not really seeing anything in this area quite yet.
Do you see in color, or I mean, I'm not to be offensive, but I've never really seen through ooze eyes before. Are you even able to distinguish color?
Do I even have eyes? I haven't looked in the mirror recently.
Maybe we shouldn't have you doing the flower check.
Well, when you roll a 2, there's not really much you can do about it.
Man. That's okay. We'll find it. We're going to get the guardian. It'll all work out. Let's just pick up the pace.
So, you all make your way back to where the crater is, and you make your way out there, and things seem a little bit more maybe organized. There's a number of rhinoceroses that are lined up in a formation. There's all sorts of like winged birds and eagles that are like kind of pterodactyls that are flying up around the area. There's a number of gazelles. Like all the animals seem like they're kind of like forming up into little squads and things like that. And Ophelia is at the heart of it. You can see that she's kind of like barking out orders at the middle. The eagle, Parvaz, is not far away. Seems like they are sort of coordinating things, but you get the sense that Ophelia really is the one that is kind of strong-arming and making the push for this offensive. As you start to make your way into the area, assuming that you're going to approach Ophelia, all eyes are on your group, and the dire wolves are kind of hang back quite a bit, waiting for you to make your overture. And Ophelia turns to you all, and she says, "I thought you were very eager, looking for a healer, and here you are. You come back with these wolves, members of Ebenclaw's pack. What is the meaning of this?"
Well, our friend thought it would be wiser to sacrifice themselves and help you. So we're here to help you.
I'm not going to allow him and his forces to join ranks with us just to claw us and slaughter us from behind. We're not letting the enemy into our camp. No. He's taken enough blood from us today.
If you are willing to go through this attack, you're going to need every single bit of help you can get. If they are such a big threat as you claim, every claw and tooth is needed to advance forward.
So this could... I think it could either be a persuasion or an intimidation.
It is very equal in either respect. I'll say I'm nicer in this circumstance.
I'm gonna.
Wow.
help? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I didn't see.
2 and 4. We're doubling the number. We're doubling.
We need every friendly ally, not vile hunt agents.
Now, I like an independent, intelligent woman. Don't get me wrong, right? You know, we have to be able to make up our mind, be confident. But every once in a while, even a confident woman maybe jumps to a conclusion. And, you know, you don't want to be stuck with that in your head and make a mistake. Wise leaders know when to step back and say, maybe I need to reassess this. Maybe I need to listen to my good friend Issac, who's a great, astute reader of people's, you know, true temperaments and colors, and see, like, could I have misunderstood what happened with those reindeer?
Give me a persuasion check.
You guys shouldn't really let me do this. I oh, well, that's a little better than
I don't have time to listen to this. I must muster my forces.
I might get upset at this point.
All right.
Kind of go off a bit and say, we brought the hair. We brought the help. We've lost a friend for you. And you're to, I don't know, to see that you need each other to survive. But he's going to be upset and whatnot.
So it still sounds persuasive. A persuasion check.
Damn it. I'd give a little bit more. I don't know. Okay. We'll try persuasion.
just roll a high number.
I didn't hear a threat in there, so
If you don't do it, we'll leave. And you'll be all dead. Is that better?
no persuasion check.
Okay. All right, here we go.
All right.
16.
The DC is 16. So
Oof.
she sees the hair that you have in your hand, and she says, "He willingly gave this to you?"
Yeah, I took a big chunk. Here, you want it?
She, with her trunk, she like grabs hold of it. Maybe I misunderstood. This is quite the overture for him to put his pride aside like this. Tell me.
Right off the top of his head. I took it right off the top of his head.
How much pain was he in?
Pity's sake.
He was in
Grumbled.
more pain that there was a
Humbled?
misunderstanding. Yeah, humbled. Yeah, that's it. Yep, pain.
Oh, I said grumbled, not humbled.
Oh, he said
Oh, it's
grumble.
humbled. Humbled. No, humbled too. He was humbled for sure.
Good. He sent these wolves with you to join us.
Yes.
Okay. We move within the hour. Are you coming with us?
I would probably want to see this through. Do we? I know
Why
we
not?
need that.
This vile hunt is a blight to all.
We're all do-gooders here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a promise that we made. Yes, we will see it through.
All right. So she'll give you some instructions to kind of hold up on the outskirts of things while they muster their forces and such. Question for Lyra: would you rather play a dire wolf or a rhinoceros?
Well, I not knowing anything about what either of them does, definitely a rhinoceros.
For the rest of this session, you will take control of a rhinoceros. I guess just look up on D&D Beyond if you can find the stat block for a rhinoceros.
Okay.
That will be your role for a little bit here. As the forces of the three packs start to muster up, eventually, Parvaz, the eagle, is going to fly over to your group and lands on the ground in front of you. And he says, the conflict ahead, my eyes over the area have identified exactly where Mick Mangehide is located. Now, we can take the fight to the greater forces in and around their camps, but we were wondering if you might be the strike force to take the head off of the leader, so to speak, cut off their leadership. We'd be able to give you cover and make sure that you're not overwhelmed by the rest.
Yes.
I think we can do that.
Do you
Guys, I
do
still
you
am
have
not
someone to do you
very
have
well. Just saying.
someone to spare?
Well, as a matter of fact, we have a rhinoceros that has volunteered to join the strike team.
You also, you wouldn't happen to, with your very, very strong eyes, seen a red flower with 5 points, have you?
Oh, I am sure once this horrid business is taken care of, that we'll be able to lend you assistance in finding your flower. Should be no problem.
That'd be
Right.
wonderful.
I'm just
Thank
saying,
you.
even in this fight, I'm not going to be very useful if we don't have a chance to get any sort of,
Yeah.
recovery beforehand. Because I
Well-
fell a very long
Yes.
ways down when I was flying during the Knoll fight. So
Oh, you have an hour here, so if you needed to take a
Okay.
short
Let's take a
rest,
short rest.
yeah.
that would be
Uh-huh.
really helpful. I have one hit point. So
Yes, go ahead and take short rest,
Short rest as
actions
well.
here.
Oh,
I have
looks
no
like I've
idea.
already.
Yeah, some of you used some of your stuff already, so.
All right, we're good. I am able to give if anyone needs some more spell slots, my ability as a wild magic barbarian allows me to give a little bit back to you all. So do any of you need spell slots?
I'm only down first level spell slots. I'd say ask the Artificer or Wizard. I'd say primarily the Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
what do I have? Yeah, I used a bit. I could take a spell slot.
All right.
Is there I'm sorry, I was
I
focusing
have
on
3.
points.
I could give you all 3. I'm gonna roll a D3.
Okay.
The level that I roll is what you regain, or below if you choose to take one below. So I'll roll 3D3s and I'll let you know what I got. Is that happening?
I see.
Oops, sorry.
dice.
First 3. I didn't mean to do all that.
Okay.
Two second level and 1 third level.
Okay. I can do that. I will try to use them responsibly. Thank you.
So, as you're doing all that business, the other aid that you're going to be given is the 4 dire wolves, or 4 of the dire wolves that came with you, will go along with your group. And so for the 4, I guess, PCs, you can either elect to have them just be free roaming NPCs, or you could use them as mounts.
All right. I'll probably use them as a mount to get there, but as soon as we get there, I'd probably jump off. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be in biting distance of the enemy, so I don't want to ride mine on in either.
Sounds good. So everyone's essentially, once we start rolling initiative and such, is going to use them as independent actors. All right.
do you want us to control like each one control one? Is that what you'd like us to do? Or are you going to control it?
I will, if you're having them be independent actors, then I'll take control of them.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
So, it is getting to be evening. The sky is starting to darken a bit. And the Ophelia, with her trunk, kind of sounds the signal. And everyone, all of the animals start to march in formation out into the woods. And this is certainly not a stealth mission necessarily for the group. The entire, you've got all sorts of animal life having come together, marching through the woods, making quite a bit of noise. But your group in particular, once the battle starts to happen, the idea is that your group would not get embroiled in the skirmishes, but would make a beeline for the camp where the leader, McMangehide, is. And you have a guide because Parvaz is up in the sky and knows where the camp is, and will be leading you directly to that location. So, as you start to make your way in, you start to realize the enormity of just how many gnolls are camped out in seclusion in little pockets here, because you start to hear it. You can't necessarily see all the skirmishes. It's not a big flat battlefield, but you're hearing and feeling that you've just entered into a battlefield, because you can hear the tearing and ripping of flesh and just bestial. Like the whole forest has become this very savage place. But you continue, you can see, and you're following the sound of the eagle cawing, leading you to where you might be able to put an end to this all before the fear would be that Mangehide would flee and get away, and he is the conduit for these gnolls to be in communion with Yinagahu. So I'm going to take us onto another map, and I probably have to do just a little bit of setup here. Actually, why don't I take like a 5-minute break while I do this, just because it's probably boring to watch me play around on Foundries. So we'll take a little break, give the players a chance to take a bathroom break, and we will be right back.
Sounds good.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us here as we are playing our Planescape Turn of Fortune's Wheel campaign. Our group here is just about to launch into a big battle. They're going to take the fight to a band of gnolls under the banner of Yinagahu. And some of them are riding in on some dire wolves to get them to the camp. One of our players is taking control of any kind of flair that you want to put on this rhinoceros. Like, what's their backstory? What are they all about? Where did they come from? Like, what motivates them? I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer all that. But
Revenge came from over there.
Yes. Awesome. So you guys are all coming in, and you can smell the there's just kind of that sanguine scent of like blood that is on the air, and there's just the disorderly sounds of battle kind of coming from behind you as you're charging forward through the woodlands, and you come to this little hidden nook following the calls of the eagle Parvaz, and you come into this camp where there are it's sort of hazy and smoky from some campfires that are currently roasting big haunches of meat over them. There's a number of bedrolls that are laid out, and over them, gnolls with bows drawn, very alert, just kind of keeping eyes on the one little trail that leads up into their camp. There are some hides that are tanning in the background, stretched out, and a couple of crates and boxes with various supplies, ammunition, things like that. And there's this huge cage that you see towards the rear of the camp. There's a filthy tarp that covers it. But given the sounds and the ruckus that is coming from it, you get the sense there's a very, very large animal contained within. Doing this. Roll the NPCs. Okay. A bunch of dice are going to be rolling, but it is going to be Baldwin who will be up first.
I am me. The foliage that's next to us, is it like trees or is it like more like brush? Is there anything I can climb up into?
The immediate things around you are bushes. There's a couple of things here that are trees, though. Like over here, this would be a tree. Kind of more on like the backside of the map.
All right.
But there are.
I will start with my movement. Going through. Yeah, game is currently paused, so I can't quite move just yet. I'll say I probably move up to here with. You attempt to collide with the least wall. Never mind, I won't do that because there's a wall there. I can see this fella here, and I'm brave, so I will move up a little bit. I will cast magic weapon and shoot at this fella.
It's just like the guy that's closest to you.
Yep. That is active. First shot. $15 to hit.
That hits.
First hit will be 15 points. Second shot. Should also be a 15 if I had a +1.
15 hits.
For 16 points.
All right.
And I will take one step back.
All right. Noel Packlord up here is going to move ahead just a bit. Gets to right here. We'll take a shot at Baldwin with the longbow. It's miss, and I think he gets the second attack. Yep. Second attack will also miss. Direwolf is up next. And is going to just charge up to this first one here, using a dash action to do so. That is its turn. Zilloff. You might be muted.
I'm sorry. Thank you. We're going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 35. And I will, let's see. I have my javelin, but before that, I am going to, oh, no, yes, I'm going to reach. Bonus action reach first. Sorry, I was just checking something. So, did it roll a d6? An 8. A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice you see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a con save or take 1d6 radiant damage. Be blinded by the start of the next turn. I could use this over and over again as a bonus action until my rage ends. So I believe my saving throw, you have to beat I want to say it's my con plus my proficiency.
Doing this against one of the Knoll Pack Lords?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and do this here.
It's a 21.
All right, so nothing happens. Great.
Nothing?
But either way, I'm going to be throwing some javelins his way.
All right.
All right, here we go. Javelin. No. Couple more javelin and throw it.
That one hits.
Great. 7 damage.
All right. First blood is on that one. One of the Troll Pack Lords steps up and opens the cage, at which point a Triceratops blows past the tarp and charges into the battlefield. It goes right for this direwolf right here. That is an 18. Deals 19 points of damage, and the wolf has to make a strength saving throw. Which it fails, and the wolf is knocked prone. This massive Triceratops just gores right into the side of the wolf. It yelps, knocked down, and as a bonus action, the Triceratops is going to gallop right on top of it. $20 will hit, and 31 points of damage. The wolf is dead. That will bring us to Clack's turn.
Oh dear. Okay. I will go for. I can see it from where I'm standing. I'll go for this one here. And I'm going to send off 2 lightning launchers. Do 1 and 2. Okay, one of them definitely misses. Does a 19 hit?
This is one of the
Pack Lords.
Pack Lords. 19 hits, yes.
Okay, cool. So I'll do that. And the thing that I should have been doing this entire time, which is adding an additional d6 damage that I can do, apparently, every turn. So 15 total lightning damage to the Pack Lord in front of Zilloff.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep, and that'll be it for him.
Mick Mangehide is up. And he's just like a larger gnoll for sure. Just patches of flesh that seem a little bit raw. Areas where the others have hair it's just bald and like kind of diseased looking. You almost get the sense that there's even some flies or gnats that kind of fly around his diseased looking hide. And he carries with him no weapon that you can see, unlike the others. And so he is going to sprint right up, uses a dash action to get up to Zilloff. And that will bring us to another dire wolf. One back here. And is able to get up there with their movement, even with the double movement that it takes to get there, and is going to attack the gnoll. Kind of like goes through the underbrush and is just kind of, prowling and jumps out of the underbrush to try to get its target and is going to get the benefit of pack tactics.
Pack tactics.
And rolls a crit. For whopping 10 points. But it's 10 points that he no longer has. He needs to make a strength saving throw. Does the gnoll. Which he makes. So he's still on his feet as this thing jumps out and leaps and bites into him. Sundance Kid, thank you for the subscription. 5 months in a row. I appreciate the support. All right, that was that. There's another dire wolf that is coming up. This one is going to break ranks. 5, 10. And get right up to here. No fear. Gonna go after the Triceratops.
Wow.
Gets a crit. These dire wolves are fired up.
They're mad that their
We
friend
are
got
happy that
killed.
you're the
Yeah.
one.
Revenge.
It's good. It's good. We want you to crit.
13 points of damage to the Triceratops. Now, let's see. Does need to make a strength saving throw.
Ugh.
But he's going to stay on his feet. And then it is our brave rhinoceros's turn.
Can I line myself up and I have movement of 40 feet. Can I charge for 20 in a straight line so I can do a charge attack?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to go after the
To
gnoll leader?
I was thinking about the Triceratops.
I don't think there's enough because the wolf had 50 and he just barely got there. But you could get to either of the gnolls on the left side.
Yeah, get me to the leader guy.
All right.
So roll the attack, and it's a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, and I do 2d8 plus 5. That's That's 12 bludgeoning plus the charge, which is another 7, so 19 damage.
19.
And they have to do the DC 15 strength saving throw or be prone. Well, if it's a creature, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He makes that.
Ah.
So he's still on his feet. Just standing tall, he's got enemies on all sides. He's just bolstering the confidence of his pack with his bravery going to the front. But you do take a big chunk of damage out of him. Knoll Pack Lord towards the back here is going to fire a couple of shots off at Baldwin, the longbow. Uh, 22 to hit.
Yep.
5 piercing. Second attack is going to miss. And then he is going to use his Incite Rampage ability to have the Knoll by the Direwolf right next to the Triceratops make an attack. I have to mark this somehow that he used this. Let's use that one. Okay, so this one is going to make a bite attack. Hits, and we'll deal 7 points to that wolf. That'll bring us to Cerebella's turn.
All right. I'm just gonna. Okay. Sorry. I think there's a weird wall, so I couldn't see where Mick went. But so I just was dancing around so my token would have sight. Because there isn't really a wall
Yeah.
here, is there? It's trees.
No, it's just like a vision thing. Like it's just like
Okay.
the brush is so thick there or whatever that you can't see clearly through it.
Okay. Would I be able to see him there, or are you saying like I can't see through the brush?
You can't see through the brush at where you're currently standing.
Okay.
But I think if you took a few steps over this way, you probably could.
Yeah, well, that doesn't really line me up the way I wanted to line up.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
That's what I'm
Yep.
wondering.
Nope, yeah, you
Like
can't
if I'm
see
able to
clearly
get in
there.
a straight line. Gotcha. Could I climb up on that dire wolf's back? That's right here.
Yeah. I mean, it takes 15 movement, I think, to climb onto a creature, though. So it's
Okay.
a matter of
Then
if
I
you got
wouldn't
the
be able
movement.
to make
Yeah.
it. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I thought I knew what I was going to do, but I didn't realize I wouldn't have the ability to see anything there. So, okay. 15, 20. I'm just going to move up so I can at least see what's going on. And I will cast Shatter up in this area, making sure to avoid. I'll cast it here, and I'll it's an evocation spell, so I can make sure it won't hit the rhino.
And it's a con save, right?
Yes. There it is.
I always ask because for whatever reason it doesn't feel like it should be, but that's what it is. So 1 fail and 2 fails.
Okay. I'll do damage. 10 thunder.
All right.
So let's see. I was 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to step back here then.
There's just like you could see the impact of the shatter in the earth underneath their feet, almost as it like the earth buckles. But they're still up, still standing. They'll turn us over to the Knoll Pack Lord over by the Dire Wolf over here. And he is going to cast aside his longbow in favor of his glaive and swing with that. First attack hits. A whopping 5 damage. And second attack. An 11. Does not hit. But he does, he kind of moves over to kind of pincer the wolf in between him and the Triceratops. And he gives a call out over to Mick, who is going to take a reaction to attack with his bite. And the target of the bite. I'll make it a random roll. He's going for the direwolf that just crit on him. And that will hit 6 piercing, and there's the potential for some poison on top of this, so he's going to make a con save. Which the direwolf makes. So he takes half of this damage. All right. So it takes 5 poison. And that'll bring us to one of the direwolves. The one in the back here by Cerebella.
Oh, don't leave. I like you here. You're like a nice big furry barrier to all the bad things. Well, bye.
He leaves. Bye. He's going to go up and help the other wolf up here. Try to take a bite out of this. And he gets pack tactics. And that is a 17. That'll hit. 8 points of damage. He needs to make a strength save. Keep from getting knocked down. So this one right here, in between the 2 direwolves, gets knocked prone. I keep like throwing him invisible. That's not what I want. Prone. There we go. All right. Pack Lords. This one over here. It's going to move up, attack this wolf. That's a critical fail. Second attack. A little bit better. 7 points of damage. And he is going to call out to Rampage. The one up here by the rhinoceros. That one's going to take a bite at Lyra, your rhino. Uh, 15 to hit.
It hits.
And that deals 6 points of damage. Oh, this guy over here needs to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets up to here. He will take a... He's going to take a shot at the rhino. The longbow. A 9 will miss. Second
Misses.
attack is a 13 to hit.
That hits.
That one hits. 6 points of damage. And I don't think he can rampage. 5, 10, 20. Oh, I guess he does have one over here that can attack the wolf. So the wolf just to the south here of the Triceratops takes another 5 points. And that'll bring us to the top of the order. We're back to Baldwin.
I will shoot at the wolf that's just to the right of the not the wolf. The null is just to the right of the top wolf. So this fella right here.
Okay.
I will mark him as planar warrior. So a little extra damage on a hit. And shoot twice. Oh, there it is. First attack is a 1.
Boo.
Second attack is a 13.
That will miss.
That's it.
No Pack Lord. Right here is attacking the rhino. Miss. Second attack. 15 hits, dealing 12 points of damage.
All right.
Zilloff's turn.
Okay, Zilloff got great axe. For he does, I will need a DC 14 con save from Mick.
Oh, I'm sorry. From Mick.
That would have worked. Yucky. Nothing. I'm attacking with rage. I believe it's additional 2 points of damage if I hit. So here we go. Boop. First attack. 12 to hit. Mick.
that
Not
one
sure if that
misses.
All right, second attack.
Hits.
All right. Damage plus 2. Sweet. So 17 total damage.
That strike cleaves right through that thick, vile hide of his, and you could feel it like make impact with bone. But he grabs your blade and just like with great force, pulls it and yanks it from his body, and he's still up, but he's just blood is dripping down his fangs and out of his mouth. He's teetering.
All right. Keep it up. That's
All
it.
right. The Triceratops is up next, is going to attempt to gore on that direwolf right in front of it. And rolls a big old 1. So that misses. Null Pack Lord over here. Guess I have to roll a d6. Okay. He is going to shoot arrow at the dire wolf there. 23 hits. 7 points of damage. And one more shot. Oh, that's going to miss. Clack, it is your turn.
All right. Clack is going to kind of scoot. Oh, there we go. Scoot on up ahead here to get a better look. Okay, perfect. And right here. He's gonna try and drop a fairy fire.
Okay.
Cast that, and so I would need a, what's it called? A dexterity saving throw, I believe. Yes, and they have to beat a 15.
All right. Both of them over here are lit up by the fairy fighter.
Nice. Clack is gonna kind of, whoops. There we go. Is going to scoot back down out of the way a bit more. And because I don't think I have any bonus actions. Let me triple check. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that is it.
All right. Mick Mangehide. Focus is on Zilloff. Is going to make 3 attacks. 2 with its claws, 1 with its bite.
Right.
You didn't do like a reckless or anything.
No.
Okay.
I learned my lesson.
17.
17 hits.
That one is 8 slashing. Second claw, a 15.
15 will hit.
Another 8, and then the bite will miss.
Okay.
Direwolf. Direwolf right by the Knoll leader will attempt to bite, get some back tactics because of Zilloff. That one's gonna miss, unfortunately. Direwolf over by the really rough looking one over by the Triceratops is gonna attack the Triceratops. It gets a hit. Ooh, 12 points. And it's going to attempt to stay on its feet. It manages. This is like a desperation kind of thing. You can tell that that wolf is on its last legs, but it leaps up and it manages to grab hold of the side of the Triceratops' head. And as it digs its fangs in, this like the weight differential topples the Triceratops down to the ground, and it is prone. And that'll bring us to Mr. Rhinoceros or Mrs. Rhinoceros. I guess we don't know.
If I attack the prone Triceratops, what does that do for me
It would be an advantage.
on the hit? Could I make it? I can make it over there, right? Like through there, or can I go through there?
You can. You might incur an attack of opportunity from Mick, but that would be.
Would it be a bite or a swing?
You don't know.
Oh, come on.
Probably his bite, but
I will. You know what? I'm gonna go for Mick then. Just
okay.
Smack him with
Now
my horn.
you get advantage on Mick also because he's got the fairy fire on. So
I didn't know.
Yep.
Okay. So it's 19 to hit.
that will hit.
And that's okay, 2d8 plus 5. That's 7, 11 plus 5, 16. 16?
Describe
Bludgeoning.
the kill.
Nice.
I just like hook him with the horn and throw him up in the air as high as I can, and he comes down and splats on the ground.
And so Mick is no longer the leader of this bunch, but the Knolls, they all just start like kind of letting out this hissing, screeching sound. You're not getting the sense that they are deterred. They still got a Triceratops in their corner, and so
I'm just like swinging this big old head around like this. Like, who's next?
Awesome. Next up, we've got the Knoll Pack Lord over here. So I need to roll a d6 quick. Nothing. He is going to move up. Right up here by... He's going to switch to the glaive. Sorry. Not that. Text this wolf. 23 hits. And he is going to run his glaive right through the direwolf. And it is dead. That will bring us to Cerebella.
Goodness. Yeah. There's a lot going on up there, huh? So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I am really nervous about this Triceratops. So I am going to send a lightning bolt through it and this knoll that's kind of right in front of me. So, I keep. So there we go. So it's just straight ahead. It's a dex save.
Okay.
I'll just put the damage.
A 14 from the Triceratops and... Oops. The prone knoll rolls a 13.
All right, so it'll be 13 lightning damage to each of them. Oh, and then, just hide behind Baldwin here.
13. Do you mean to say 30?
Yeah, sorry, 30. I looked at the number 30, but said 13.
13 was on there too, so that makes
Read the
sense.
13. That was, my brain doesn't do well with numbers at this time of night.
30 points. Yeah, so that
For catching that.
Triceratops on the ground, like the electricity runs through both, but like the Triceratops is on the ground and it's just jolting up. The knoll is dead, but the Triceratops still got some life in it as it's struggling to get back on its feet. All right. That'll bring us to the direwolf right here. Which will move up and try to get the pounce on this pack lord here. No, it moves up here. It's going to take advantage of the prone Triceratops. That's enough to do damage, fortunately. And deals 8 points to the Triceratops. With that, we've got a couple of pack lords at the bottom of the initiative here to deal with. One up here is going to move right here, take a couple of shots with his longbow at this wolf. $12 and a 19. The 19 hits and deals 3 points of damage. And then he is going to use his Incite Rampage and call out to we'll say the one over here by the right, by the wolf is going to make an attack with the glaive. That one will hit. 7 points of damage. And then the last Pack Lord there. There's so many windows open. Okay, the one over here. Two longbow shots at the wolf. 1 and 2. All right, one will hit, and I'm just going to take averages here. I should have been doing that the entire time. Sorry. 6 points to the wolf. All right, that brings us to the top, and it is Baldwin's turn.
We still got a big old Triceratops I'm seeing there.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go big game hunting, and I'll mark him as my target and shoot him twice. Let's see, is he gonna appear? There we go. First attack, 20 to hit.
That hits.
And since we are gonna go big game hunting, I'll also use my last use of Slayer's or favorite foe for the day. Put a little extra oomph into it. Let's see. Triceratops will be taking 23 and one more shot. 22 to hit for an additional 14 points.
And with that, the Triceratops goes down.
And with my remaining movement, I am going to support the wolf.
All right. Next up is the Pack Lord over by the Triceratops. Will attack. With its glaive. 24 will hit. Dealing 10 points of damage
To the rhino.
to a rhino.
Okay.
Second attack misses. Oh, and he's going to incite rampage on one of the fellows over by the wolf over by Baldwin. Hitting, dealing 6 points of damage. All right, that will bring us to Zilloff.
All right, Zilloff will move up. DC 14 con, please.
Fails.
Yay! All right, so they are going to take 1d6 of damage. Radiant damage. Beautiful. And they are blinded until the start of my next turn. Either way, I'm going to attack now. At advantage. Here we go. I'll just do both of them. 22 to hit.
Yes, both will hit.
Oh, wow, great. 6 points of damage for the first hit. Second hit will be... did I say 6? I'm sorry. Did I say... I don't know what I remembered. I'm not feeling too good. Did I say 7 or 6? Whatever it is.
You said 6, but you meant 7.
Yeah, thank you. Second one is 11.
All right.
Damage.
And that is enough to take this one down.
All right. Hey, I get to there. That's it.
All right. The next Pack Lord over here Attacking the wolf. Second attack. Misses. So 7 points to the wolf. Wolf is looking pretty rough. And I gotta see if he gets his ability back. Does not. Okay. That is going to bring us to Clack's turn.
Black is going to scoot around so he can see. Oops. I hit a wall. There we go.
Yeah.
These dang walls. There we go. He is going to aim for this pack lord. Actually, no, yeah, that one. And he's going to do 2 of his lightning launchers. 1 and 2. Oh my god, it's showing the rolls. Hey, okay, 26 and 20.
That was hit.
Okay, so roll damage, and then one of those I'll add my extra d6.
And this is the one over by Zilloff? Or which one?
The one near Baldwin.
That one, okay.
Yeah, that I can't see the other one near Zilloff, so yeah, that one. So that is a total, let's see, 8, 6, 4, so that's 18 points of damage, I think.
That's what I counted, so.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm also not good with numbers at this time.
At least, I mean, you can at least read them. I can't do that, so.
And that'll be it for me.
All right. Bring us to the direwolf down here is going to, I think, move around. Get up to here. Attack that knoll on the south side. Got pack tactics. Dealing 7 points to him. And he will make a strength saving throw. And so this guy is prone. All right, Rhinoceros's turn.
Can I run in a straight line 20 feet to charge?
Yes.
like,
This guy,
guy
up here?
Yeah, who?
The one
can
over
I get
by Zilloff?
Zilloff?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I want to do. And that is that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Nice. D5, D4s. Okay. So that's 8 plus 5 is 13 bludgeoning, and then and then 16 more for the charge. So 18 and 16.
Awesome. I'm just imagining as the rhinoceros is like bursting through the foliage and like there's a bunch of like crates and whatnot on the other side. And you just like burst through that like it's like Donkey Kong Country, just like wham! Like this guy doesn't see it coming.
He needs to do a strength if he's still up. He needs a strength. Yeah.
All right. He does pretty well with that. He's just kind of like braces himself. But he's not looking good. He's definitely bloodied.
Okey-doke.
Knoll Pack Lord over to the side over here. Attacking the wolf. Gets a hit. Which takes this one out. He's going to turn around and attack Baldwin with the second attack. And hits for 12 points of damage. And that'll bring us to Cerebella.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad we didn't get the names of these dire wolves, but then I'm also kind of glad I didn't form any personal connections now that they're kind of dropping like flies. I'm going to move up to here and I'm just going to send another lightning bolt through the two Knoll Lords in front of me. You're like, you guys just have to go down. That's what's just go down. So we'll do that. Well, aren't you dodgy little things? I did a little bit more lightning. They'd get half of 35.
All right.
I'm gonna hide behind, I don't know, Fluffy here.
Awesome.
Fluffy.
So electrical bolt goes through those two. They look like they're slowed down a little bit. They don't have the same vigor that they had moments ago, but still up and fighting. The one over here that just got like hit like a freight train by the rhino is going to turn to the rhino and swing with the glaive.
Hits.
13 points.
Rhino is down.
Oh no. So this attack is coming towards Zilloff. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
11 points of slashing.
Mhm.
All right. And then Pack Lord up here is going to shoot Baldwin with longbow. Miss and miss. He will use his Incite Rampage. The one over by Zilloff will take an extra swing.
All right.
And miss. Top of the round, Baldwin.
I will point blank the fellow that's right in front of me. And I'll mark him first before I do anything. First shot. T2 to hit.
Hits.
He will take 22 points of damage.
All right.
Second attack is a 17 to hit
Hits.
for an additional 9 points.
He goes down. Point blank shot.
And I'll move right there.
All right. Zilloff.
All right. Zilloff will 10, 15, 20. Go here, and then we will. I will ask for a. I'm gonna do it on him this time. DC 14, please.
It was a con save.
On. Yes. Oh, made it. Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. It's a little flutter. Nothing. I'll go and turn my attention onto this guy. Great axe. Great axe. 19, I'm assuming hits.
Yes.
All right, for the crit damage. It's still better than the crit damage. For 14 points of damage.
All right. Looks very rough, but he's still on his feet.
Sounds good. That's it.
All right. The one just to the south of you, Baldwin. Glaive out. 2 strikes. Miss. And A 20 to hit.
Yes, sir.
For 12 slashing. And
Ouchie.
well, I don't think there's no one for him to incite, so this doesn't matter. Clack, it is your turn.
All right. He's gonna move on up a little bit closer. Do classic. Actually, he is the last one, right? Because I just can't see over to this area.
There are 3 left.
Oh, there are 3 left. Maybe I won't do that. Lightning launcher. We'll do 2 of those. 1922.
Yep, both.
All right, and bop, and get the D6 on there. I heard him roll, but I don't see the damages on my end.
It's okay. I'll save you
Okay.
the trouble. He goes down.
Okay.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Anything else, Clack?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right. Direwolf down here is going to move ahead 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gets to right here and is going to charge with the bite. Does not make it. Cerebella, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. 15. I'm gonna move up a little bit. Can I see over these crates? I mean, they were just trampled by a.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna send a firebolt over at this gnoll that is engaged with Zilloff. So try to hit. 18.
Hits.
All right. Oh, for 7 fire damage there.
That'll bring him down.
I was hoping that wouldn't be enough there. Okay, that's what I got.
And with only 1 gnoll left on the battlefield, I think we can safely say this guy is about to get obliterated. And so the battle is won. Many of the forces from camp, those that were donated or put up by the side of Ebenclaw's pack, many of them died in service to this cause. But the leader, the chain link to Yi Nagahu, has been felled because of your actions here. You'll probably go and search through the gear and things that are contained within the camp. You will find lots of things that you probably are useless or not valuable to you. But among the things that are, you'll find 3 potions of healing. You will find 1,400 gold pieces. And you will find a rope of entanglement. The wider battle, will start to die down in about the next hour or so. You'll lick your wounds. You'll return back at some point to Heart Delta, where Ophelia and the rest of the forces will return back to that open plains, take stock of the dead. And it's a mix of victory and somberness, as so many died this night. And they didn't die in the manner that usually befits the animal kingdom here. This was sort of senseless war. It wasn't hunt. It wasn't the normal cycle of life. There was a demonic incursion here in the forest that is not normal. Fits a pattern of things that your group has seen here in the Outlands and within the gate towns. I don't think we have to leave it on like a super cliffhanger in the morning. There will be somebody that wanders into camp who will say those magic words, banana nut muffin, I think is what it is, and you will be reunited together. But perhaps next session we will dive into that a little bit. There's still the matter of finding your... Why don't we just gloss over that a little bit? Like, the animals are going to help you find the flower. Like, we don't have to make it be a big segment in the morning or whatever, but now that they are committed, I think maybe even Issac will be proactive in going out and finding that for you while you're sleeping and recovering, and return with it in the morning, knowing that this was what you were looking
Take him
for.
all night to go get that flower.
Well, he's got people he can call on, you know. He's been a backpack to many more than you, so yeah. So you will have found the Savage Seal. You'll have enough of it for to bring back with you to Excelsior. Likely the next day, I would assume your next bit of business will be to go and get your skull attuned, the Mimir attuned, and then head back to Excelsior to get Cerebella fixed up.
I don't want to be a mom. Yeah, we got to take care of this
Definitely.
slide thing. Yeah.
Well, as always, I think we will close out the session with a bit of gratitude and send some words to another player, somebody that made this session a truly memorable one for you.
I would like to go first and thank everybody for just being very careful and sensitive about what we were talking about. I really appreciated, I think, the conversation. Thank you very much for how you handled that, everybody, especially Isaac and Dawson over there, so, and Alex.
I guess I'll give my gratitude right back to you. Thank you for, we talked about this before in chat, so thank you for bringing it up and being sensitive to those subjects. And I guess it turned out well. I haven't seen your new character, but I'm hoping it turned out well. We'll see. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about this all day, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you very much for that. That was a very fun and enriching RP moment. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, my gratitude. Yeah, going out to Lyra, and then of course Ike and Daw for filling it with it too, but mainly for Lyra for going in and addressing a very difficult topic. So gratitude out to you guys.
I also said pretty much the same thing everyone's been saying. Mine will go to Lyra again. Sensitive topics are not easy to discuss, especially in more of a liver audience standpoint, but I think it was well handled and helped with the story.
Yeah, it was hard. It was difficult. It was difficult to go through and sort of figure out where to go with it. But yeah, really thank you everybody for going with it. So.
Well, I do appreciate that. I also want to send a gratitude. I like how, Jenna, you're having Klax develop as a character. There's this leadership piece, but there's also the sensitivity piece. So offering the hugs, trying to offer comfort and silence. There's a lot of nuance and subtlety to how I see Klax trying to just connect with others, and I like how you inserted that in, and it's just nice and gentle and subtle. So I thought I would add that piece in as well, and kind of even a moral compass at times where it's very easy for a more selfish character to be like, all right, we're out of here, and it's like, oh wait, we can't just leave, all of you, voicing we can't just leave these animals to their fate, but it's just kind of neat to see that in Clack coming through and realizing the value of others. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thanks to all of you for, yes, just echoing the things that have been said. But, I wouldn't have been comfortable with that type of RP with just anybody. So it kind of speaks to the nature of the group that we were able to make sure that everybody was good, check in with everyone, and make sure, like, before we go ahead. And so really, I think my big piece of gratitude goes out to Lyra for the way that that you brought it to the group before, that we were able to create the conditions to make it a session moment that was really powerful. So thank you all for everything. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. We will be back again next week, 7:30 on Wednesday, for the next chapter. So we will wrap up some loose ends in Faunel. We will wrap up we'll probably head back to Excelsior, wrap up with the loose ends there, and we will find out maybe where the next gate town that you all are headed to is. So with that, I got to check out and see, do we have someone that we can pass a raid off to? Oh, looks like Goodman Games is still at it, so we will throw a raid over that way. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
If you haven't joined us in Discord yet, come hang out with us there. Link is in the chat.
Talk to Butterbee.
Come talk to the Butterbee bot. He'll answer all your questions and probably answer them with further questions. That's what he likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see y'all.